Welcome to Intuitive Seek. My name is Mary Train, and as an intuitive guide, energy healer, and meditation teacher, I aim to bring you a grounded approach to all things energy and intuition. Everything I share is with the hope to help you remember how your unique power of intuition is your own greatest teacher.
Hello, welcome everyone. Welcome to your Intuitive Week, your energy update for the week of October 27th. How are you? How was the last week for you? I had a great week until I caught a little bit of a cold. My partner had it the week before, and I did my best to not get it, but it did get me. And I do feel personally that a lot of the way that my cold has manifested and the symptoms and how I'm feeling, that it is partly really helping me clear a lot energetically as well. It almost feels like I am preparing a part of my energy to hold more as I am kind of expanding into new territories and ways of being that I haven't before. And often a cold can be a symptom of that. And not always, obviously, but I do feel like mine is doing that for me because it's quite mild, but it's reminding me to rest, to take a lot more time, to give myself a lot more space. And yes, I am recording the podcast, but I rested all day yesterday and the day before too. So I did. I did give myself a lot of time. And after this podcast, I will also be resting. Just a little reminder, I have found with my energy work that when we do really deep energetic clearing, afterwards, we can have those symptoms of a cold that come up. And it is a way of our physical body helping to release that energy too. So just another perspective as well. But I am feeling better and I hope my voice is all right. And if it's not, just turn it off and read the transcript. But thank you for being here always. And before I dive into the energy impressions, I wanted to welcome anyone who is new and welcome back to everyone who has listened before. And a quick reminder about how I receive these energy impressions. I like to go into a nice deep meditation with intention. So I bring the intention in to receive insight, guidance, messages, symbols, anything that I can translate for us, for you and for me that would help us through the week ahead, help us navigate through the days, maybe help us make decisions, help us remember something that we may have forgotten, all about moving forward through the week on the path of our highest good and in turn, the highest good of all. So everything that I share, make sure that you listen to your intuition. Use it as a way to develop your discernment. If what I share resonates with you, if it sounds like something you needed to hear, a message for you, then it's for you. If it doesn't, then just leave it. Really use these energy updates as a way to hone that beautiful trust within so you can really understand the language of your intuition. Okay, so I'm going to share what came through in the meditation, and then I will share our animal inspiration for the week, the animal that came through in the meditation as well. And then to help integrate the insight, I will share some journal prompts, writing prompts, questions that will help you deepen your connection to yourself for the week ahead and what you need to know. All right. So when I first opened up the meditation for this week of October 27th, the first focus was at the feet, that the feet were vibrating. Our feet, the person's feet in the meditation that represents us. And there was a deep vibration in the feet. And it really felt like a call to this week, we need to stay grounded, but also this almost action waiting to be had. Like the feet are just waiting to move on inspiration. And action is asking to be taken. But that staying grounded is one of the most important aspects of this week. So we can really take advantage of this energy. That last week there was like this electric potential. And I still felt that in the meditation, that the potential is becoming more and more realized. And really remembering our connection to the earth, that we are already connected, to stay into that connection, to feel into it, to feel supported by it will be very helpful. And that if we don't ground our energy, it feels like we have the potential to start floating away or sinking, that all of this energy that we're feeling in our feet will have nowhere to go if we don't move forward. So we might float away, or that energy might sink us into the earth. So it does feel like a reminder to pay attention to our energy, to pay attention to what our energy is asking us to do, but also the boundaries in our energy. Because it feels like there's so much activity, there could be some blurring between feeling our energy and other people's. That this ungrounded energy could bring more awareness to our energetic boundaries and maybe make it easier for us to feel what other people are feeling. So be aware if you do have that happen, if you are aware that that has happened to you before, or even if you haven't, maybe start observing that. What you are feeling, is it yours? And this can be difficult. It can be difficult to know, especially if you haven't really worked with your energy this way. But a way to do it is through trust, connecting with your inner knowing and trusting what you feel. If you feel like there is some emotional energy moving through that is not yours, you can observe it and not react to it. Just allow it to move. So, for example, if you feel a lot of anxious energy, a lot of kind of buzzing feeling, not only at your feet, but maybe all over, but then you connect to it and you're like, well, no, I don't really understand what this feeling is. Not even a little bit. It doesn't feel like mine or part of what I'm going through. So perhaps that energy is more of a collective anxiety that you're feeling, which would make sense because of the way the world is right now. So instead of really feeling that for the world, you can connect to it, feel, oh, this isn't all mine, maybe a little bit, but not everything. And you can allow it to just be. But you can also set the intention to release it. We have so much power in our intention. So even saying out loud, I release any energy that is not mine, and I take back all that is. And you can say that once, twice, 3 times. You can use a little salt wash in your hands that I've mentioned before, washing your hands, but using salt as a type of scrub and a cleansing agent. And just repeat, I release any energy that is not mine, and I take back all that is. And you can even say, all that is mine, just to really make sure that it's clear. And just see how you feel. Because this week, the activity is very strong, especially emotionally. But our feeling, the depth of our feeling, feels like part of what can really help us this week. So making sure that you're connecting to yours and not someone else's does feel important for some of us. And then the next scene in the meditation was a scene of walking. So, walking on land, there was grass, just kind of a traditional path, but there was water all around in the ether. So, not like water had flushed in or rushed in, but like there is a sea of information swimming around us. And it felt like the message was drink in the wisdom waiting for you, to drink in the wisdom waiting for you. And this really felt like more connection to our emotional energy. Water is a symbol of the emotional depths of our emotional body. But it also felt like a connection to like a primordial water, the original water that everything is born out of, the sea of potential that is waiting to be accessed. And the drinking of the wisdom, that message feels like we can digest the wisdom waiting, but we can also share it. That sharing from the depths, sharing what you know is true from the depths of your experience, from your honest, pure truth. That feels like part of the insight, part of the invitation this week is that some of us are really ready to share something that has been waiting to digest, something that has been swimming around us, but now it's ready to be brought out and expressed. It feels deeply creative and in such a natural creativity, innate creativity. And then there was this other kind of switch in the scene in the meditation. And then the scene opened up a bit more and more water, but this time we were holding a glass of water and we were looking at the glass and feeling a lot of love and focus onto the glass of water. And then we drink it. And it reminded me of this energetic practice. And if you've never done something like this part of the meditation for this week feels like it could be really supportive for many of us. So, what you could do if it resonates, get your glass of water or bottle of water, any vessel of water that you're going to drink, and taste it first so that you know what it tastes like. And then for a minute or so, focus all of your love and feelings of joy. Fill that water up. Infuse it with your emotional energy. Infuse it with your thanks for the water, for helping you stay alive and supporting every part of your body to thrive. Like, really go for it. Just play. Just picture all of that beautiful, loving, feeling, emotional joy and gratitude. Like, really put it into the water. Trust that you know how to do it. Experiment. Think of it as an experiment. And then when you have done that, not for a long time, but enough that you focused it. Also, the best part is you've felt those feelings yourself. But because you've been focusing them on the water, then drink your water and see if the taste is different. You might be surprised how different it tastes after all of your attention and intention on the water. In this practice, this really does offer a way to shift your perspective on how impactful your thoughts and energy are in your life and to the people around you, but also how quickly you can shift how you're feeling with your attention and your intention. And that's why I feel like that came through in the meditation to remind us of how much we have agency over, how much we already have within us to change, to create, to shift. So if you have never done anything like that, I encourage you to try it. Think of it as an experiment. But in a way, it's how you can start to take your energy and the impact of your energy and how your thoughts and emotions have weight to them, that they are matter and matter. It's a way to really understand that in a new way. So if you have not done that, try the water practice. It may be such a beautiful way to shift things for you this week. And trust when you feel like doing it. And then the next thing that came up in the meditation was a focus on our sacral. That our sacral, our second energy center, our second chakra, that there are opportunities for healing from this beautiful energy center that we carry. And the energy we hold in our sacral space, just a quick overview, that's our lower belly beneath our navel, through to our lower back, all the way around, is where we connect to the power of our creativity, to our emotional depths, to feeling more comfort in giving and receiving, feeling supported and feeling safe to express ourselves. When our sacral energy or chakra is supported, it is in harmony with the rest of our energy. We release feelings of shame. We can feel safe in our emotions and how to express them. We feel secure in sharing our creative spirit. We feel supported and we feel open to receive support. So not only to give that support, to receive it. And one of the ways to know whether your sacral needs some care is how you are at receiving compliments. If you like to give it right back, give a compliment right back, or negate it and be like, no, something, something, something to make it irrelevant, you need some sacral care. So when we have support for our sacral, when it feels open and in balance, we can receive compliments and be generous, give compliments while also feeling secure and to give without expectation. We hold healthy boundaries. We're not so preoccupied with how we are being perceived. And when we can connect to the clear intentions we have, we can really experience the joy and pleasure of being in our body. So connecting to our creative energy, where are you judging your creativity? Are you criticizing yourself for what you are trying to create? Are you maybe feeling not good enough or not supported enough or it's too late for you or this is just a fantasy? I mean, this week, it feels like we have such an opportunity to reclaim so much of our sacral energy, to allow ourselves to create for the sake of creating, because that's what we are made for. To feel pleasure for the sake of pleasure, and to release any fear or insecurity or self-judgment or criticism that is not ours, that we may have inherited from our mother's line or our father's line, something that we've brought into this life that is not our story. This is the week to pay attention to when you are acting out of that, acting out of someone else's story that you've inherited that is not true for you. This is the week to get in touch with your sacral and release anything that is not yours. That's part of the healing. It's acceptance and reclamation. And if you're not completely sure, I don't know what my sacral needs, I will put my Reiki healing meditation for the sacral in the show notes and listen to that. It's about 10 minutes and that may offer you the support that you may not have even realized that you needed. So check out that meditation and just see Just see how you feel afterwards. See how you feel a few days afterwards. There are some more common physical symptoms, unexplained, of course, because we do have physical symptoms that are not always connected to spiritual or emotional links. But if you have unexplained lower back pain, really deep low energy or fatigue, if you have inflammation or joint pain, especially in the hips, that can sometimes come into play. Those can be symptoms of a sacral imbalance. But of course, unexplained. Always check with your doctor for the physical symptom and medical explanation first. But I do find the most common is a lower back pain. That unexplained lower back pain is a big signal to pay attention to your sacral energy. All right. So, yes, a lot of emotional energy, a lot of stuff happening within, a lot of focus on the power of our energy, how it impacts our intention, our attention. And that makes a lot of sense that we began with the need for deep grounding to stay grounded so that we can really take advantage of where this energy is guiding us and how it can support us, especially in our creative life. Okay, and now the animal of this week, the animal that came through in the meditation is the badger. The badger, this beautiful animal, if you've never seen, I think it's gorgeous. It reminds me of my cat, actually, the black and white. And I love the symbolism of the badger. Not the most common animal, but after reviewing and paying more attention and tuning into the symbolism, it really made sense for me for this week, and I love the guidance. And as I share the symbolism that the badger energy represents, pay attention to the words that I'm saying and how they fit into your life. Where does it bring you to? What does it remind you of? How is it connecting to something you need to pay attention to? So the badger energy represents being bold, courageous, grounding, focus, protection, persistence, spiritual journeys, self reliance, strength, and tenacity. And I wanted to share an excerpt from Animal Speak, the Ted Andrews book. This excerpt really stood out to me about the badger. Badgers have exceptionally thick skin, in fact, thicker than almost any other animal, apart from elephants, rhinos, and giraffes. Badgers are an earth symbol and are regarded as protectors of the roots of medicine. They are considered magical creatures because of their ability to resist snake venom. To see badger tracks is a sign of great luck, and the message that the badger animal brings is that we should all unlock our own true potential and work hard at making it shine. Are you or those around you not digging deep enough? It may indicate a need to get beneath the surface. It may reflect a time of greater connection to the earth and its animal spirits. It may be telling you to draw upon the stories that intrigued you and held you fast during childhood. They may be symbolic of things going on or about to go on in your current life. Whenever Badger shows up, there will be opportunities to develop self-expression and reliance. It speaks of a time to begin to tell a new story about yourself and your life. And doesn't that badger energy really offer some great inspiration and also confirmation for everything else that came through with the meditation? And if you do connect to this badger energy of everything that I already explained, you can meditate on your own with it. You can kind of look at a picture of it and then picture it in your mind's eye. Be still, close your eyes, and just allow that badger energy to guide you. What unfolds? Where does your mind go? What memory do you think of? What happens? How is it inspiring you to go within your mind's eye? within you. You can really journey with the badger. But one specific part, just to reiterate, is how the badger have exceptionally thick skin. So this week, the protecting yourself, making sure to not take anything personally. It feels like with all of that emotional energy, we could be extra sensitive. But this week feels like it's teaching us that we can be deeply sensitive, be so in touch with our emotions, express from the depths of the wisdom that we carry, but still be protected within knowing ourselves and not allowing other people's judgments or perception to impact us in a way that changes how we view ourselves or how we feel like we can share. All right. So, yes, a lot of opportunity for deep connection this week. And with all of the magical focus on Halloween and Samhain, and there's so much beautiful collective energy that we can tap into without sacrificing our boundaries. And to help you integrate all of the insight for this week and connect to yourself even more, here are a few questions that you can use as journal prompts or answer in a voice note. But the first question could be, what does your energy feel like? Describe it. How do you know what is your energy and what isn't? And really allow yourself to trust what comes. It may be a bit abstract. It may not make a lot of sense, but allow yourself to receive. What does your energy feel like? Start to really get to know it. And a second question, if you swam to the depths of your experience, what would you bring back to share? So if you swam to the depths of your experience, what would you bring back to share? And again, really trust what comes. And a third question, describe any fear or insecurity you have inherited. Describe any fear or insecurity you have inherited, and then write down why they are not yours. Why they are not yours to carry. And then a bit of a bonus question, fourth question, inspired by the badger. What new story are you stepping into? Write about yourself, your beauty, your gifts, your wisdom. Write about how incredible you are without any fear or judgment or criticism or insecurity. Write about yourself from the perspective of someone who loves you unconditionally and is in awe of you. And then read it over. Pay attention to how you feel. Can you receive it? Read it as many times as you need to until you feel it to be true, until you feel it and can receive it fully in your body. Now, out of all of those questions, I know I said it was a bonus, but maybe that one is the most important. All right, so yes, an active and emotional but dynamic week. So much to connect to for this week ahead and so much opportunity. And thank you so much for listening to this episode of Intuitive Seek. I would love to hear if you resonated with any of the energy that I'm feeling that we're moving through for this week of October 27th. And please don't hesitate to send me a message through my website, treenlight.com, or through my Instagram at treenlight. And if you go to the show notes, you'll find all the links that I mentioned and a way to explore how I can support you with my intuitive and healing work. Hugely appreciated if you subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. And if you do feel called to leave a 5-star review, that would be amazing. So, thank you so much again. Be extra kind to yourself, and I will talk to you next week.
Hi, Auntie Mary. I just wanted to say something very, very meaningful. Cat.